Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David, and this is a Magic Review. That's right, we are gonna look at Dragonscale. Dragonscale from Penguin Magic, the hit of Blackpool. Tons of people have been talking about this. It's been generating a lot of discussion because this really does feel like the ultimate in electronic magic. I know there's some people that have their doubts, they have their hesitations about using apps and electronic gimmicks that seem to do all the work for you. But this thing does way more than hold your hand. This thing, it makes magic self-working, and it makes you look like wizard level. Like the things that you can do with this are absolutely insane. And if you've been under a rock for the past year, maybe you've missed out on this, but I did a big, huge interview with Eric Tate. So Eric Tate and I sat down, we talked about Dragonscale, and I would highly recommend, if you have not watched that yet, that might be a good place to start, because Eric's going to answer all your questions about this, and he's going to show you exactly what it looks like and how it operates. And so rather than just kind of rehash everything, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to make a video where I just rehashed what you already knew. I thought, now that I have it, now that I own it, is there anything I feel like Eric Tate and I didn't cover? Or after having played with it, is there anything I feel excited about, or just feel like maybe I want to repeat so that we make sure that we are fully on the same page? So I was fortunate enough to have Penguin Magic send me a copy of Dragonscale, and that's no small thing. No small thing, because this is $400, 400 bucks. But you get a lot. And first of all, I want to say, as far as what's inside of this, not only are you getting the hard-shelled box, you get a 2-hour tutorial. Okay, so Nick Locapo is going to walk you through 2 hours worth of material, and he's giving you so much, and it's formatted well. The video is great. We'll talk about the video. Inside, you're going to get the gimmick, you're going to get the deck shell that covers the gimmick, and you'll get a deck of cards. It's not a marked deck of cards, it's not fancy, but it's a deck of cards that matches the deck shell, and I think that's important. I've seen other scales on the market that give you a deck shell but don't give you cards, right? And even though it barely costs them anything to do, they include it, and that's nice. You're also getting the USB charging cable. So what are some of the features of Dragonscale, and what do I want to make sure that you know? First of all, Dragonscale is a scale, right? It's a scale where you've pre-programmed a deck stack into it, and it's going to come with preloaded deck stacks. But you know, if your favorite is the Redford stack and it's not included, of course you can add the Redford stack or any other stack or your own stack, anything you want. Okay, you can add your own stack, and the idea is the scale is going to weigh a full deck of cards. It's going to know the order, and so if the scale registers a change in weight, so you've lifted up a certain amount of cards, it's going to know then the card that was cut to, and it's going to send you that information electronically. Now, this is a basic, bare bones, stripped down version. It's either going to go to your phone, it'll go to your smartwatch, or it'll go to an earpiece where it literally just whispers the card in your name. It feels exactly like cheating, right? Yes, it does work for iOS and Android, so that's good news as well. So first feature is it's going to display how many cards are cut off the top. So if I cut the cards and I cut 25 cards, it'll tell me your spectator cut 25 cards. It's also, like I said, programmed with new deck order, mnemonica, size Stebbins, the Aronson stack, okay? Which means once you cut, not only does it know how many cards you cut to, but it also knows the card you cut to. So if the scale knows that you're using mnemonica for this trick, when you lift the cards up, it'll say, you know, according to mnemonica, they cut to this card. And the great thing is you can actually do this for multiple spectators. So as the cards are cut, the scale will continue to register. So the first spectator could have cut to the 10 of hearts. The second spectator cuts to the 2 of clubs. And those images will start to appear as those cards are cut, which is incredible, right? So not only are you getting the card cut to, not only are you getting the total amount of cards that are cut, you will also get information like how many of those cards are black, how many of those cards are red, how many of those cards are court cards, how many of those cards, if you were to divide them by suit, how many do you have in each suit, how many spades, how many clubs, how many diamonds, and it'll tell you the total value of the cut. So if you were to add up the entire cut, it gives you that information as well. Information that you could probably do for memory, or if you had some sort of cheat or graph or chart, but it would take you forever, right? To do all that mental gymnastics in your head. Sure, you could probably do this in your head if you were a genius at, math and mental framework, but this does it in a flash, right? So that's awesome. Plus, like I was saying, you can customize your settings. So let's say this one I thought was fantastic. So let's say you don't want to do this card, and this card. Let's say you want to do 3 different reveals. So this first spectator, spectator number 1, I want to know what their card is. But spectator number 2, I want to know how many cards they cut. And spectator number 3, I want to know the total value. I can program that into the app so that I only get that information. So I'm not confused. So spectator number 1 cuts, and I know he's got the King of Hearts. Spectator number 2 cuts, and I know they have 22 cards. Spectator number 3 cuts, and I know their total is 37, right? And I get that information as each one happens. Here's another cool thing. Some of us don't like to have our phones out on display because we're worried that, oh, they're going to see the phone, it's going to flash or do things, or it's going to change, or a notification's going to pop up, and then people are going to say, hey, look, what's your phone doing? There's a thing on this called discrete mode. So in discrete mode, your entire desktop stays black, like it's off. And barely, unnoticeable to anyone, there's a little tiny white line down at the bottom. That white line is text, but it's very small. But since it's facing you and it's towards you, if you were to glimpse down and look at that little white line, it would give you the information. Your spectator wouldn't think it was anything. They wouldn't see any or notice any changes in the desktop, but because it's on discrete mode, you would get that info. And like I said, you can get your peek on your smartwatch as well. And it'll show you the picture of the card on your smartwatch as it's being cut. Massive, massive cheating, right? And like I said, you can get audio feedback. So if you had a Bluetooth headset or AirPods, it would say the name of the card, okay? And I think that's pretty much all the audio does, is it just says the name of the card. It doesn't give you the other information. And like I said, you can build a custom stack. You could also build custom weights. So if you wanted to measure a bowl of M&Ms or measure a bowl of paper clips and they were to grab a handful of paper clips out, it would tell you how many paper clips they had. Or if you wanted to measure things of different weight, a phone weighs this much and the wallet weighs this much and the set of keys weighs this much. If they were to lift one of those objects, it could know if they were in a bowl. So those are some of the features that I thought we should just make sure that everybody knows. As far as the video goes, like I was saying, it's 2 hours long. You're going to get intro, an unboxing. They're going to walk you through the app and then all the features. Nick's going to teach you how to create a custom stack, how to customize the box, the shell if you want to. And then he's going to walk you through a series of false shuffles, false cuts. He's going to talk to you about crimps and controls. And that's so that you can keep your stack in order. And then he's going to teach you a couple of tricks. He'll teach you one called the circus card trick, poker face. He'll teach you how to weigh the cards, maverick, some stack deck tricks. He'll teach you a little bit about pulse reading and how to do a multiple selection. There's a think stop trick and a Rain Man trick. So even though I didn't describe all those tricks, I'm just letting you know they're teaching you effects, right? So in case you were wondering, are they going to teach me fleshed out tricks and routines? Yes. Within that 2 hours, they're going to walk you through the app, walk you through setup, how to get going, and trust me, by the end of this, you'll know your way around it. This is one of those videos where you do need to watch the whole thing, okay? And fortunately, it's not too long, right? 2 hours that's good. And you could break it up if you wanted to. Of course, you're going to go through all the back-end stuff first and get to the tricks last. And so, but having a tool like this, as powerful as it is, you will be more tempted, I think, to come up with your own stuff rather than use the stuff that Nick displays. But I think even just watching what Nick shows you will give you inspiration to going forward. But like I said, this is a massive, massive cheat, right? If you're the kind of person that says, I'm never going to learn a deck stack, this is the ultimate cheat for deck stacks and wizard level magic. The idea that you could get this kind of information quickly is crazy. And the only thing you'll have to work on then is your routine, right? So the positives, this does all the work for you. And you can just kick back and work on routine. You can work on pattern. You can work on audience management and, and banter and playing off of the things that they say. You'll be able to sit back and relax and just know that, the little scale is doing all the work. Negatives. Were a couple negatives, and I wanted to make sure that you guys were aware. I mean, first of all, it always has to be on the scale, right? So, I mean, every trick you do, if you're using a bowl or using a deck of cards, it has to sit on the scale. And the scale is not a working tuck case, right? Your cards can't come out of that box. So before you start, the cards are already out of the box, right? And we're using a table, of course. This is table magic. Can't do this walk around. The other thing is you can't use a card mat. The card mat, if the scale was on top of the card mat, it would change the outcome. So it becomes another variable, right? Because card mats are squishy and then the scale doesn't have a good register. So the scale always has to be on a hard surface. So those are some things to consider, but it's super fun to play with, and I think you'll get a lot of mileage out of this. Even though I know some people are skeptical about electronic media, it's the future. It is the future, and that is the direction where a lot of people are going. And so I think make sure you watch some of the reviews, read some of the reviews, go back please and watch the Eric Tate interview. That's going to answer way more questions and really set your mind at ease if you had any fears or concerns. And always watch other reviews as well. This is your money. Spend it well. Big, huge thanks to penguinmagic.com for allowing me to have this so that I could do the review for you. I'll put another video about Dragonscale in the member section too. So if you want to learn more about Dragonscale, especially how it compares to other scales on the market, make sure you stop by the member section as well. See you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye. Over 600 videos. There are over 600 videos in the Magic Orthodoxy membership section right now, and you can have access to all of it. What's the member section? What's in there? Well, more reviews. Every week, you're gonna get 2 more reviews. These are tricks that I purchase with my own money every single week. 2 extra videos. That means you'll have access to 8 extra videos a month. There's also gonna be head-to-head battles where I pit 2 tricks against each other. You're gonna see all the unboxings, so you'll see all the tricks that are purchased. You'll see what's coming up way before anybody else. I'm gonna walk you through my EDC several times a year. I'm gonna talk to you about which routines I'm building with the tricks I purchase, and you'll even get access to tutorials. That's right, I'll even teach you magic. And there's 2 ways to join. 2 ways to join. You can enter in at only $2 a month with the Faithful. As a member of the Faithful, you'll get access to 2 videos a week. That's 8 extra videos a month. Or you can join the Inner Circle for $4.99 a month. That'll give you access to 3 videos a week. And the tutorials are there in the Inner Circle. That's 12 videos a month. How do you join? Right down in the bottom of this video, there should be a square button that says join. You just click that. If you can't find the join button, you can access the link that is in the video description below. Click that, it'll take you to another menu. There you'll get to select whether you want to join as a Faithful member or the Inner Circle, and then you'll start to enjoy those 600 videos. 600 videos right away. Stay as long as you want, stay a member as long as you want, or cancel at any time. This is just another way that I make content available to you because I enjoy giving back and I enjoy each and every one of you as a follower. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.